Sonic Project 06 has one of the best movement systems in any Sonic game I personally played, with the spin dash, homing attack, spin kick, and the 7 gems that Sonic has access to. The movement makes up for the most fluid gameplay you can find. However, if we were to remove almost everything Sonic can do normally, can you even beat Project 06 if you were to only use the gems? The rules are simple. The only thing that Sonic can do is walk around using the left stick. Sonic cannot jump, spin dash, spin kick, lightspeed dash, or even use the bounce bracelet. However, Mach Speed stages are going to be considered free game since the game views Mach Speed Sonic as a separate character. The Amigo sections are going to be normal, and automation sections can be broken out of by jumping if no other option to progress is available. Oh, and also we will not be playing the Princess stages or Tails Wave Ocean. Sorry Tails. With that being said, let's begin. Starting right off the bat, we have Wave Ocean. We can only run around pretty much, but as an example of how combat will work, we will be primarily utilizing the Sky Blue Gem. It essentially acts like a grappling hook that we can use to traverse vertically and attack enemies once it's leveled up. We'll also be using the White Gem, which is a homing smash attack that can damage multiple enemies at the same time. This stage is pretty trivial, as the only trouble we can somewhat run into are the gates towards the middle of section 1. On a normal playthrough, you could spin dash or spin kick to continue forward. However, for our case, we can use the green gem to create a tornado to trigger the gates to push you to the other side, and after that, you're practically home free after traversing the rest of the stage. There's a bit of automation with the whales, and then we swap over to Tails, and Tails will Tails all over the place. And as usual, Mach Speed is a piece of cake, no sweat. And after that, Wave Ocean is done. Now next up, we're in White Acropolis. After the snowboard section, we're able to get into the meat of the stage. There isn't much automation in this section, so we can run around a little bit and level up our Sky Blue Gem right off the bat, and we could do some more damage later on. We can run around with the Blue Gem, do a nice gem toss, get over the lasers, and yet again, we have Tails all over the place. That is my goat. After the switch is hit, we can fly right through the lasers, after we take a little bit of damage, I guess, and then use the Sky Blue Gem yet again to travel to higher ground, find a spot to land, head on up to the goal ring. 2 stages down, 5 more to go. Next up is Crisis City. It is quite a long stage and a bit more difficult. After forgetting how to land on a rail like 5 times, we can progress to our first checkpoint. We'll run past some enemies, do a really sick gem toss onto the tower, switch to the White Gem to hop on the rail, progress a little bit further. We'll use another gem toss, which is pretty sick. We hit the spring just like that. Do a bit of automation right here, and we're just gonna basically fly through the rest of this section until we find ourselves in section 3. Now this section tested me for real. As you can see, when you're using the Sky Blue Gem on a moving structure, it actually will start swinging the camera left to right, just like that. So in order to progress, we need to delicately throw the gem at the right part of the debris to travel further. Somehow, with some unimaginable luck, we throw the gem and get stuck right on a rock at the last second. We can do another throw to get out, and we'll have a little bit of platforming left as well. With a couple more gem tosses and some delicate maneuvering throughout the rest of the stage, we are able to complete what would have been one of the hardest stages of this challenge. And if you guys are enjoying the video, be sure to drop a like. I would really appreciate it. But anyways, let's get back to it. Next up, we have another difficult stage, Flame Core. This stage has unforgiving lava, difficult platforming, and a ton of enemies. Right off the bat, I was having issues getting towards even the first enemy room, so I had to figure out a proper way to navigate through. And after reaching the room, I had a couple of issues. You know, we figured that out. After a couple more attempts, I raced over to the waterfall and navigated to the next enemy room. It was pretty simple from here on out. It was just a bit of platforming, and yeah, we made our way to section 2. Unfortunately, this section took forever. I had over 10 resets alone trying to get to the first checkpoint. I eventually made it across. I had knuckles all over the place, and I did some really cheeky platforming, and I hit the goal ring with barely any sanity remaining. Now that we're finally done with the fire stages, Radical Train starts off pretty strong. With a gem toss, we can hop right on this rail, hit the spring, and Elise died. After running it back again, we could hit the lever to progress, and we are faced off with a tough platforming section that has several bottomless pits, a few gem tosses in the right direction later, and we can make it across to save the train yet again. And further down, we could do a couple more throws to get up high, get on a second rail, and she died yet again. Either way, this time we make it through the stage, beat the Mach Speed section, and enter the most known stage in the game. That's right, we are now in Kingdom Valley. Right off the bat, we can use the blue gem to skip a section of the stage, use the white gem to get on this wind rail, or is a water rail. We get to one of these ropes, and we use the white gem to progress a little bit further, and we use the blue gem again to launch ourselves using the terrain, and we could sail on to section 2. Once silver is, done silvering all over the place, we'll do a quick gem toss, fly to section 3, and this section is a little bit different. Once this enemy room is done, we have to hang on to the rails just for a little bit. We do get another enemy room, and we make it to one of the rooms I consider to be the rope room. And while trying to be really cool, I ended up falling to death and had to restart the entire section. This time I ended up doing this a bit safer, and then I progressed to the next checkpoint. We go through another automation section and yet another enemy room. At least this time I remembered that I do have the green gem, and I unfortunately decided to dive into the water. So after a few more attempts, I made it to the final checkpoint, ran down the stairs, took the rail, and eventually made it to the Mach Speed section of the stage. I finally completed Kingdom Valley, and we are moving on to our final stage of the game. Starting off in Aquatic Base, I want to get my Sky Blue Gem upgraded so we can deal some real damage. We make it through a few of these rooms and then enter our first enemy room. It's really not that bad, as the green gem practically vaporizes everything in its way. I ended up getting stuck a little bit in this automation, so I fell back down and used the Sky Blue Gem to, properly get back up there. After making it out, we hit the checkpoint, and we have the dreaded Aquatic Base ball section. Now, in Project 06, it is much easier to control the ball, and there's a lot less lasers. So we go ahead, hop on the ball, navigate on through, make it to the end, and we can't get off the ball. You cannot use any gems, and the only action that you can do is jump with no other option. It looks like you cannot beat Project 06 using only the gems, unless you get rid of the ball itself. By going into the lasers, we can cause the ball to break, use a quick Sky Blue Gem into the pillar, and then progress to the door to switch to Tails. Once Tails is done tailsing all over the place for the final time, we swap right back to Sonic, hit a couple magnet poles, and that is wraps on section 1. Starting out with section 2, we have a bit of traversing through the moving platforms. Somehow I ended up getting a little stuck. I had to end up redoing it so I could progress. I made it to this area with the glass walls falling and took forever to break. I goofed up in the next room and I got gunned down, unfortunately. I made it back, defeated the enemies, and once again knuckles all over the place. Now with the laser grids being deactivated, you have to use the gems to progress through the stage. This is a side note, but it turns out you actually don't. There is a laser grid that I could have done the same trick, but I had no idea until later on, so is what it is. It's pretty cool when you don't die after doing some shenanigans. We end up making it to the checkpoint, and we hit our head. We make it past the checkpoint, and we make it through a little bit to another enemy room where we can utilize the green gem to its full potential. Once we get through, we hit one final checkpoint, destroy more Soliana property, and make a beeline to the goal ring. And that's it. It is possible to beat Project 06 with only using the gems. This is a pretty neat challenge, and I had no idea if this was going to work, judging how different it is to navigate through the game without jumping or using simple actions that we use all the time. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and throw a comment down below with some more crazy challenge ideas you'd like to see me try next. But anyways, my name is The Last One Lex, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace out.